Hey, welcome back, guys. Power Book 2's latest outing, aptly titled The Prince, was one of the best of the season thus far. Its name, as I previously mentioned, was inspired by Niccolò Machiavelli's classic strategy guide and saw our new main lead laying the groundwork to build his new and improved criminal empire. In this video, we'll be breaking down the top 10 WTF moments from the episode and offer analysis and predictions throughout. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Here we go. WTF moment number 10, Monets Rule. The episode starts off with a chillingly precise Monet running down her list of expectations to her new business partner. She exacts her expectations in 3 simple rules. Always pay the exact amount discussed, make sure it's on time, and always pay in cash. These 3 line items would alleviate any problems, and after all, we know Monet hates problems. WTF moment number 9. These are the breaks. Monet confronts Lil Guap and his crew face to face and informs them that as a result of their reckless online behavior, their supply will be cut going forward. Humiliated by the gesture, Guap calls Monet a puta. However, before he can double down on the insult, Kane strikes him with a flurry of critical blows, beating the brakes off Guap and nearly killing him. This scene further displayed the bond between Kane and Monet and their parallel temperaments. WTF moment number 8, Operation Course Correct. Tariq and Braden set their drug operation in motion, only this time by much more sophisticated means. Tariq develops an app called Course Correct, an Uber Eats-styled service aimed at delivering instructional materials to students struggling in specific subjects. However, the students not only receive assistance, but stimulants, uppers, downers, and the like. The plan was to enlist tutors to double as drug pushers, have them deliver free samples in between actually assisting those in need, and garner more customers via referrals, i.e. word of mouth. Each subject had an accompanying drug of choice: math for weed, econ for uppers, and chemistry for downers. They separated those who wanted drugs from the others by offering different packages, the premium reserved for clients in need of higher learning, if you know what I mean. This method was extremely resourceful and insulated Tariq and his supplier from exposure while simultaneously providing Reek with the funds necessary to fight his mother's case. WTF moment number 7, Partners. Monet sends Drew to deliver product while keeping a watchful eye on Tariq's maneuvers. While sitting in on one of Reek's art courses, he meets Everett, an athlete and fellow student who takes an instant liking to Drew. The two exchange niceties, among other things, and Tariq uses their mutual attraction to sidestep Monet's proxy. WTF moment number 6, enter Riley Sachs. McLean and Sachs have another sparring match with the trial judge, with McLean getting the better of his dirty counterpart. In a way to subvert his rival and figure out how he's being compensated, Sachs turns to his troubled niece Riley to spy on Tariq by posing as a college student. Riley has plenty of personality and shares the same maverick mentality as her dear old Uncle Nancy. WTF moment number 5, T&D, sitting in a tree. Tariq runs out of product quicker than expected on account of his drug front app exceeding supply. Drew begs his sister to cover his back and bring another delivery to Tariq as he was preoccupied with extracurricular activities of his own. She does, and cements her desire for him with some passionate lip service. She states that's one of the reasons Monet didn't send Diana in the first place, but what Monet don't know won't hurt her. WTF moment number 4, a lying-ass nigga. Politician and consummate bullshit artist Rashad Tate again returns, this time by way of subpoena via Paula and the defense team. Under oath, he spews a variety of lies, including but not limited to being misled by Sachs in the ghost investigation, false threats against his life, and extortion. He even conjured up a connection between the attack made on his life in 614 and Tasha's daycare arrangement, 2 things that had absolutely nothing to do with one another. In fact, as we all know, the former event was all his fault, following his failed hit he put out on Ghost in the season 6 finale. McLean sensed his witnesses' incessant BS throughout the exchange, and in what this commentator found to be the standout moment of the episode, he grabs Tate on the way out and openly deems him a lying-ass nigga. What you gotta love most is that McLean goes full Method Man in his rebuke. The Staten Island in his tone was hilariously glaring and appropriate all things considered. WTF moment number 3, guess who's coming to dinner? Lauren conducts a group dinner at her family's house in an effort to gain footing in the Canonical Studies Fellowship program, something that would allow her early graduation and a DC internship. where she has some luggage of her own. During the dinner, her professors exchange some of the pettiest jabs in a hilarious display of who can gain the upper hand. Her and Tariq also get a bit closer, sharing a private kiss away from the madness and sharing personal afflictions. However, all of this gets disrupted when her boyfriend, Malcolm, unexpectedly shows up and miscasts Tariq as a high school charity case as opposed to who we know him to be. Having the romantic moment spoiled, he quietly excuses himself and offers Lauren a December-style shoulder via text later on. WTF moment number 2, Addicts Anonymous, Part 2. So everyone who stated that Jabari Kelly purposely had intense sex with his grad student to taunt Carrie, this one's for you. Following their dinner round, Carrie and Jabari meet up for round 2 at Stansfield. They have a heated conversation, with Carrie accusing Jabari of weaponizing his students to hurt her feelings, and Jabari charging her with refusal to confront those feelings. Their same novel romance takes another turn after Carrie proceeds to lock the door and give Jabari what he's painfully been missing. And WTF moment number 1, Tamika gets subpoenaed. McLean did say all-black dream team, right? Well, one way or another. In his legal spar with Sachs, Blanca Rodriguez gets completely discredited due to her previous improprieties with Sachs during the investigation of James in Season 6. Adding insult to injury, Tate's testimony completely blindsides the defense, leaving them vulnerable to the prosecution. As a last-ditch maneuver to regain advantage, McLean sends Tamika a subpoena wrapped in flowers. She is critical to all of this, as she's the only one who could blow Sachs and the entire prosecution out of the water. A last hope if there ever was one, and they are going to need her testimony if Tasha has any chance of seeing the light of day. Some final thoughts before we go. Throughout the episode, we become familiar with a new character by the name of Sebastian Stern, who is Simon's new husband and love interest. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, as Stern's sexuality has been previously alluded to in Power's first chapter, specifically when trying to lure Ghost to his Eyes Wide Shut-style mansion party. Tariq enlisted Sebastian's support to fund his app, and I think the connection will be of much benefit to our series lead going forward. Also, does anyone else believe Carrie and McLean may have been previously involved? When Jabari mentions his name at dinner, it's in a seething manner. They really do have some serious luggage between them. We know at this point that Carrie's distaste for Jabari's relationship with his students isn't just professional, but personal. She's torn between adult duty and adolescent jealousy, and displays both with Jabari's interactions with Lauren in class and at dinner, ultimately succumbing to the latter. Finally, it was revealed that Drew is gay in this episode, and that relationship may be costly in the future. Everett, his love interest, is not just a student, but a teammate to Drew's cousin Zeke. Given his underworld occupation, someone is bound to get hurt if the Forbidden Union were to elevate, which is what Monet warned Drew against after he returned from Stansfield. She doesn't seem to have a problem with who he loves, but his father, on the other hand, might be oppositional, assuming he doesn't know already. We'll see how this storyline develops going forward. Thank you for watching today's video. What did you think of the new episode? Be sure to leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Next week's episode, titled The Gift of My G, will be the mid-season finale. I'll have the trailer breakdown coming for that next, followed by my much-anticipated Tariq character analysis. So as always, if you liked today's video, go ahead and hit the like button for us, share it with your friends who are Power Ghost fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at airtight_magic. And as always, have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.